Now, where does Mason Rudolph come into the conversation to you? Where are you viewing him in terms of competition, in terms of bringing him back? Or are you kind of like, that 4 games was cool, but it didn't sell me?
I think for Mason, Mason sees the market for Mason. And if you don't have a market, I think the Pittsburgh plays the same game with him. Like they offer him a little something, but they don't get into no bid war with him to where like if he gets something else, I think he leaves.
Yeah.
Everything's just fresh started. But I don't think they just. I think they offer him something to like we can stay and continue this, you know.
Yeah.
But nothing that's like please stay. Let's continue. You know. I think it's like a hey look if you want to continue this we can stay. But you kind of know how we talking over here, you know.
So that was Mason. We didn't ask you
Yeah.
about the fields. We didn't ask you about Russ. All right. I'm going to just say the field. All right. Any of these
Yeah.
other quarterbacks, Tannehill, Cousins, anybody else out there? Are there anybody else in the field that we haven't mentioned that you would also be considering?
I think one of these. I told you like a Sam Darnold early, but I don't hear that buzzing at all
Yeah.
nowhere. You know. Um. I think like a young gun, like something that's not too loud, but something like I can see that. What's his name? Trey.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Oh, Randall,
Don't
yeah.
sleep on that name. You know, something that's
Hey,
loud but
look, you.
not too loud.
I was about to ask if you're gonna bring up Trey Lance, you know you gotta bring up the other one, Zach Wilson.
Huh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I think his is too loud.
yeah, that goes in the same
But I
Like they
category.
all
don't think
kind of the
Zach.
same.
I think
Yeah.
Zach's in. But as much as you laugh about it, he's in that same combo. Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe let's see what he could do here. You know, like I think Kenny's a year away from being in combos like that. If it does, you know what I mean. So where it's
I
like
would agree. Yeah.
that's not like laughing matter in a sense. That's like yeah, that's
Hmm.
not a bad name. You
Hey.
know, because it's somebody that's loud but not too like
Yeah.
while you're playing, that's actually not a bad name to say.
That's
Like
what made me say
you
it.
know,
I'm like, you bringing up Trey Lance. I'm like, if you gonna go that route,
yeah,
what's Zach Wilson? What's stopping that one? Yeah. That was more
yeah,
proven coming out than Trey was, anyways.
yeah. That's not a bad like. Don't sleep on it. You know.
So with any of these guys, whether we're talking Zach Wilson, whether we're talking Justin Fields, even Russ, does any of their previous stops deter you though? Granted, we know that the Jets don't run their organization like the Steelers do. And you can make a
Yeah.
case that they run it bad at times. Chicago, similar concept. We see them firing people, bringing new GMs in and head coaches. Denver,
Yeah.
same concept. How much of that do you add into the equation? Because obviously we know when we're talking Kenny Pickett, that's part of why we still feel like he has a chance to develop more because of some of the variables that he was dealing with, right? Whether it was Canada, whether it was the injuries, whether it was him just, going through a second year slump. But we
Mhm.
do typically give him a lot more leniency and grace with that. Whereas with Zach Wilson, we not about to act like the Jets have been this great franchise for him, or even Chicago with Phil's. And
But I think Zach Wilson had other chances, like
okay,
in the sense like Zach Wilson went back in there
yeah, no, he
as
definitely
Zach
did. He
Wilson.
definitely no,
You
he's
know,
been on the field, yes, but we've seen
like
Kenny
Zach
on the
Wilson
field
really had this
also.
whole year.
Yeah,
Like
He
you said,
really
though,
like
Nuts,
had this
I mean,
whole.
when Kenny has been in, we have won games.
yeah,
Like that's the thing that has, I think, given him some
Kenny
of the
finds
grace.
ways to win.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
Hmm.
does.
Very true. Very
They're
true.
just they're not the. And I guess there's no such thing as an ugly win, but they're not the prettiest of wins.
Yeah.
You know.
whereas Wilson, they're losing games and he's
Hmm.
playing terrible. They're benching him for like no names in his second year, and even last year they
Yeah.
benched him middle of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's some quarterbacks like that's like never forget type. You know.
Yeah.
It's like it's some alright guys out here. Like you can still get
Would you bring in a
some
Carson
alright guys.
Wentz? Where's
You
Wentz
know,
at?
like
Where's
that's
he at
like
right
a
now?
never forget.
Where Carson Wentz
Like
at,
that.
man? Carson Wentz be hopping around. He available. He got to
Yeah.
be available.
While you're joking, it's like never forget. Like that's not a bad because it's competition, but it's not drama. You know. And I think that's what you're trying to like. That's what I feel like the quest is for: competition, but not drama. You know?
Can he beat out Wentz?
Yeah. I would like to think he could beat out all these guys that we brought up when me and Muns were talking beforehand.
Oh yeah, ask TG them questions. You was asking me them questions, man. Ask TG like that, bro. Yeah,
I would. Him going into his third year, he's working hard. I'm saying that year 2 was an outlier for Kenny from everything I've seen and know Kenny to be. I'd like to think he can be better than a Kirk Cousins or Russell Wilson, some of these guys going into 2024. I'd like to think that.
Better than Kirk.
They're more proven.
Ask
you might
TG,
agree with me on Kirk.
Ask TG
right,
how you asked me, bro. Ask him how you asked me. Put hypothetical. Who's better? Right?
Just, who you taking for next year?
Yeah. Give Deke the hypothetical. I mean, give TG the hypothetical, man.
Are you gonna give like a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm just look. You ask TG the hypothetical. All right, ask TG this hypothetical. Jesus.
All right, TG. Well, Russ versus Kenny. Going into next year.
Russ,
no
for sure.
Drama, none of that stuff.
No drama, better play. Like
who's going to play better next year? Russ is going to have a year. Russ is playing for his career right now.
Yeah, Russ pissed.
Even though Kenny is too.
Yeah.
Russ is playing for everything right now.
He got to prove it. Yeah.
Yeah, like Russ is about to hop into that Carson Wentz conversation.
Not like that.
Yeah,
in terms of you're not about to pay him nothing crazy if this stop don't work.
Russ is a year away from in that Carson Wentz conversation,
like Donovan McNabb or something late in his career.
Carson Wentz.
How much if Russ were to replicate what he just did in Denver? Yeah. How much would you be willing to pay for that going forward?
You're not paying for that.
That's what we talk about. Like he ain't.
And then all the stuff that comes with Russ per se. You're talking about.
He a person. He loud. In his own way. He's loud in his own way. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, this might not work for us no more.
Kirk versus Kenny. Kirk coming off an Achilles. Kirk up there in age.
Why are you throwing up the Achilles and all this stuff? Like, dang, bro, what?
But Kirk's not a bad quarterback.
The full landscape.
Kirk's a good quarterback.
He just with that Kirk, like, God, dog. He got the Achilles. He can't drive. He double park. Like, God, is there anything else? He don't eat vegetables either.
Kirk's been doing this for a long time, too, though, man.
So you're taking Kirk?
I'm taking Kirk.
I know you rock with Kirk. I knew you like Kirk, TG.
No,
salute you, bro. Hey, look, Kirk O'Chase.
TG, that was a test.
Hey,
that was a test.
Hey, I knew you like Kirk. I knew we was on the same page with Kirk. Let's go, Kirk. Go Chase. Kirk, go. I'm telling you, bro. We're gonna all get matching grills.
TG, 2024 is a new year.
It is.
It is. So, like, yeah, I mean,
I get it.
Yeah, another one though. Yeah.
Fields versus Kenny. Well, you already said Fields.
We just need confirmation. We just for the exercise. For the exercise, all right. Mason. What about Mason?
All right, Mason versus Kenny.
Yeah, I think you got to say Kenny, right? That's Kenny's spot,
bro. I think you got to say Kenny, right?
Yeah, like I think you got to say Kenny. You know,
that's like that competition we was talking about, Deke. That Kenny and Mason QB competition is like,
yeah, like it's not a real competition. Like
I'm saying for you though, you're Mike Tomlin. You're running the organization.
Hey, bro.
I don't think you can adjust that one. You know, I think that one's a tough one.
I was like, yo, it's a competition, but is it really a competition?
Yeah, I think it's one of them. Like this is a competition, but it's a loaded field. Like you know.
All right,
the refs aren't calling it.
Stop me on any of these names then if you want them over Kenny. Tannehill, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson.
I'd take Kenny over Tannehill.
I thought you said stop him if you want those guys over Kenny or
any one of these names, right?
Yeah, I like Kenny
I'd take Kenny over Tannehill.
Yeah.
I'd take Kenny over Zach Wilson.
Dudes you just named. I like Kenny over those dudes.
I like Kenny over Zach Wilson. I'm not gonna jump on that Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold. I'm still a. I know
how you feel about him.
So you're taking Darnold over Pickett.
I think Sam Darnold's a good quarterback.
He brought up Mac Jones also. How you feel about him?
Nah. I wouldn't jump on that one.
Okay.
I seen him. He made some like
his situation.
Riddler
you can say was worse
from
than
Atlanta.
Could you say
Those
that Mac
guys-
Jones' situation though was worse than what Kenny has had to endure? Kenny had a coordinator. He had Matt Canada.
But he's made some terrible throws.
Mac
like,
Jones
terrible.
had
I
a
think
D
that-
coordinator
there might
as
be a debate.
offensive
That
coordinator.
might be a
But
debate.
he's made
on,
some
bro.
That might
throws
be a
that's
debate.
like, come on, bro.
TG, that'd be like you going over there and coaching the offensive side of the ball as
I feel you.
coordinator, bro. What
But
we
it's still
talking
like
about,
it's certain
bro?
throws. It's like, bro, you know not to throw that.
True, but we hustling backwards if I got a DC playing OC at the NFL level, man. With a young
Yeah,
quarterback
but-
in his second year.
But you act
Come
like
on,
you
bro.
can't even say it like that. Like you act like he don't know. Like he knows something.
He
And
knows
nah, bro, he
something,
makes-
but is he an offensive coordinator? We look at Eric Bieniemy and we're like, bro, Eric Bieniemy, this is a name. This is a guy that we're like, yo, this is established as a coordinator. If he go coach defense right now, we'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what is
Yeah.
this? He knows something. Yeah, he know how to. He could carve up that cover three. Yeah, he know how to carve that up from an offensive side. But it's certain parts that he just not gonna understand. If he comes on the defense side, he's like, yeah, I should call cover two because it's second and long. I should supposed to call it. I don't know. I'm just calling it because we're supposed to call it. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, it's more to it than just that. That's what I'm saying. So yes, the DCs know stuff, but bro, we talking NFL.
I get you.
That's a setup, bro. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying, like, but he made some terrible throws.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair.
like like my man from Atlanta, like that would be tough. He made some really bad throws, like
Ritter.
you know, yeah, like some terrible throws,
Mhm.
like hard to explain type. You know, so it's like
and I know you big on where were you looking? I know that's your thing.
Where
What was you
was
looking
look-
at? And he got some
Yeah.
questions. Was like, I don't know what he was looking at technically. You right?
yeah,
It's some of that.
he got a bunch of throws like that. Like what were you looking for though?
Like I don't mind
Maybe-
the incomplete. I don't mind the pick. But what
No.
was the intent? Yeah.
I'm even okay with the throw. Like I just need to understand.
Nah.